So here's another customer's bike. It's his kid's. It's one of those little weed whacker motors, but on startup it rattles like crazy. It's coming from the little box right there, and the exhaust is loose, so I'm assuming that's what it is. I'll start it up, but other than that, that's everything else works. He just wants the excessive rattling gone. So we're gonna take care of that. We're gonna tighten up the exhaust because it's loose, and then pop this cover open and see what's going on. So the two exhaust bolts look like they're 10 millimeters. Oh, come on. Need a smaller one, I guess. Yep, 10 millimeter. So I'm gonna go ahead and tighten the top one and the bottom one real quick with a 10 millimeter. I got the exhaust tightened up. It's not loose anymore. And these bolts right here look like 8 millimeters. Let's see if I'm right. Yep, 8 millimeter. So I'm gonna take all those bolts off, take the cover off, and see if there's anything loose in there, which it does sound like. So let's see what is under once I get it off. All right, so I got the bolts off. It's always good to put the bolts down in the pattern they came out of. Usually these covers, they got some type of seal on them, whether it's a paper gasket, that gasket maker stuff that's liquid and hardens after a while, but nice little couple taps here and there should loosen it right up. Yeah, it's a little looser. I'm gonna do this off camera with both hands real quick. All right, hit a couple more times and I used a flathead. Turns out there's actually a dowel that holds it in place. That's why it wasn't coming off. But there's two bearings and a chain. Seems to be tight. So I don't think that's causing the rattling. And I haven't started it up since I tightened up the exhaust. So it might have just been the exhaust all along. Something I did notice though while working on it is that the motor mount right here is snapped. It's not held onto the frame. So that might be another reason why it's rattling like crazy. Good thing I have a Harbor Freight welder and I could weld that back together or make a new bracket, either or. All right, so I looked at the train drive. It's fine, not loose. Tightened up the exhaust bolts. And let's start her up now and see if she rattles like crazy, like she did before. Come on, first pull, baby. Yep, that motor mount is jiggling like crazy. We need to either make a new one or re-weld it. So we'll try re-welding it first, and if that don't work, we'll make a new one. I'm glad I decided to take off the plastics and actually look at this motor mount, because I thought it was just broken right here. Nope, it's really broken, like completely off. All right, in order to do this correctly, I need to take the exhaust off, and then I'll have access to right where the bracket's supposed to be on the other side of this. So I'll take that off using the 10 millimeter. All right, I got the exhaust off. There's where the bracket is supposed to be. Here's the bracket. We'll get it re-welded on there. All right, so I got my little welder from Harbor Freight set up. Got it connected. I'm gonna clean that area and then weld it, and then weld the bracket that goes from the frame bracket to the engine. So yeah, I'm gonna do all this off camera because I don't got anyone to record right now, but I'll start recording after I'm done. Never claimed to be a professional welder, but she'll do. Just like that. Got the frame mount back on, and now we're gonna hammer test it. Solid. Yep, solid for the most part, at least for this little motor. Clean up the welds a little bit, scrape off that slag, get the excess wire that's stuck on there off, and yeah, go from there. Frame mount is back on. Now we just gotta do the motor mount. I think that's backwards. There we are. Now I don't even know if I should just weld this with a washer and then put the bolt through it. Might kind of just want to weld this to that, but that's not how it was from the manufacturer, and I highly doubt the customer probably would want the motor mount re-welded, so you just put a bolt through it. So we'll do that. All right, we got the two pieces together. Now we're gonna flick the welder back on, make sure it's all good. Make sure it's in place and in line, tack it, and then weld it the rest of the way. I've said it once and I've said it again, not a professional welder, but if it holds and gets the job done, then I call that successful. All right, got the bike reassembled and put back together. Everything's nice and tight. Let's go ahead and start it and see if it rattles still. Turn the gas on, but it's not rattling anymore, so that's a good sign. It means it was the motor mount this whole time and probably the loose exhaust. So this bike is done and is ready to be picked up.